What's going on, y'all? So listen. So you guys, we have come to the series finale, the end of a beloved show of ours, Greenleaf. Um, I don't know how I feel. You guys, this was emotional as all hell. Like for real, for real. The way this stuff went down, girl. I'm glad they. Anyway. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. I enjoyed the season finale, the series finale. You know, it didn't wrap everything up because we still have questions, and you know that they did say that it's supposed to be a spinoff. Now, the way that things are going with Grace and her situation, I'm pretty sure the spinoff probably gonna be her in New York. Okay, and then we probably gonna get the answer to some of those questions, and then probably gonna keep going back and forth. Because at the end of the day, we still don't know if AJ is the real AJ. So I'm guess we trying to assume because all of this happened within a week. You know what I'm saying? So and you know, we still trying to figure out whether or not that's him, and if you know, who was the dude that died that Grace saw, you know, was he really the real AJ? Was he a premonition? Was he a ghost or something? I don't know. Okay, we don't know whether or not Alexa's daughter is either Mac's daughter or is it Jacob's daughter. Okay, we don't know what's going on with Jacob and Tasha or Jacob and Tara, bitch. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, but it's some unopened questions or whatever, you know, that's going to happen, and maybe in the spinoff it's gonna answer those questions. Mind you, the producers and creators of the Greenleaf series, they got a new show coming out called Delilah. Baby, I gotta go look up in my Bible and look up who the hell Delilah was. Is Delilah with Samson? Girl, let me stop. I don't want to start sit up here and look a little bit ignorant, okay? Because I don't remember. Was Delilah with Samson? Samson and Delilah. She cut out his hair. Girl, I gotta look it up. It sounds familiar. I know, okay. And once I find out, I don't need y'all to put it all up in the comments, okay? You know it's something biblical. But anyway, let's just get into the episode, the series finale. Season 5, episode 8, you know, Behold. Truth be told, I feel like I don't know if this episode, like, was this season supposed to only really have 8 episodes? Because I feel like it could have went on, you know, probably because of what's going on with COVID or whatever. It probably cut the season short. But truth be told, I feel like, you know, we could have got a little bit more. You know, the people of Greenleaf, I understand that y'all had already had it planned out that it was only going to go for 5 seasons. You know, you see all the love and the ratings going up, and you know the conversational pieces that's coming out of this show. Y'all could have made it 6. Okay, y'all could have made it 6. If Queen Sugar coming back in 2021, bitch, y'all could have brought this back in 2021 too for another season for us. I'm just saying, I feel some type of way about that. And then the way that y'all ended it with my beloved pastor gone. Okay, I don't even go to church, but that was my pastor right there. Y'all ain't have to take Bishop away from us the way that y'all took Bishop away from us. Okay, now I'm getting mad. Because at first I was in my feelings, like I was crying up in this bitch. I was crying in here like, girl, tears just coming down my eyes at the beginning of the episode. Because at the beginning of the episode, it literally picked up where I left off last week with, you know, Bishop laying in the bed. Now, last week, May called the cops, okay? She called the ambulance. Ambulance, please come down to Mulberry Street, okay? To the Greenleaf Estate. You know, hurry up, please, and thank you, okay? And Bishop, when they opened up the scene, Lady May is laying in the bed with Bishop. They got Bishop laying in the bed like he was asleep. I'm sitting here like this. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Girl, and she just like this calm over her for a second, like she just laying there. I said, where is the ambulance? I said, the ambulance don't give a damn if you got money. If you black, they ain't gonna come on time. But then again, it's a big ass estate, so it's probably a long time to get there. So I'm gonna hold off on the judgment of that, because I said, where is the ambulance? Okay, I don't hear no sirens outside. Bishop was down there long enough for him to lay out straight and for May to fix his body to lay out on that bed in a diagonal way. First it went diagonal, then it went horizontal. I said, what is going on? And for her to be look like she laying there for a minute, okay? And remember, she called Grace. Grace up in there talking to Sophia about them dumb pictures that she didn't know nothing about. I'm sorry, I never would do anything like that. But it was Dante, and I should have known better. I said, Sophia, shut up, girl. We ain't got time for this, okay? You and your little mosquito bites, ain't nobody got time for that. And so at this point, Grace get a phone call from this lady named Ann Halliday, from out there in New York. She's about to be working on 2020, and she want Grace to come out there because, all this stuff is going around about the H&H and, Bob Whitmore, stepping down and all that stuff. And she want her to come down there, do a little interview, get this job position, she minority hiring. We heard that, okay? But she was like, listen, you need to come on down here. You need to come on down here. And throughout the episode, she kept on calling her. And she hasn't gotten a response back from her. But we saw what her response was at the end of the episode. But at this particular moment, while she was on the phone with old girl, I said, isn't life funny? Life has a funny sense of humor. This is crazy. She gets a job opportunity that she passed up probably in the past before that comes back around for her to give her a new start, a new beginning. And right then, at the same time, her daddy died. I said, And Lady May coming out there, and she was like, Mom, what's going on? And everybody, next thing you know, we see everybody in the room laid out with Bishop. I said, now, damn it, where is the ambulance? Now, everybody up in the room, where is the ambulance? The body gonna be cold and rigor mortis. Okay, rigor mortis. All right, where is the ambulance? He gonna be all stiff by the time the ambulance get here. You had enough time for Lady May to sit him up, let him go to sleep, and go get Grace. Let her lay on him for a second, go get Grace, then come back and get the rest of the family. And for them to be all huddled up and, got Charity curled up on them and everything. And I said, what is happening? It's only one ambulance service out there in Tennessee. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And then finally, after we see everybody crying and stuff, everybody's crying and everything, we got this overhead shot. I said, oh, y'all ain't have to do that to us, because that really just took me out for a second. Girl, they did that. And next thing we hear the sirens coming. I said, it's about damn time. Y'all could have probably gave him CPR and, could have made him come back to life. That's what probably should have happened. It should have just been a stroke that would have kind of paralyzed him a little bit. And you want to know what I'm still kind of upset at? Because the funeral happened. We didn't see the funeral. We just saw them at the wake. When they was putting them down in the casket, in the ground. Girls. I kept it together that whole time up until I heard Charity start singing, and then I seen that casket and they started lording it. I said, oh, Lord, no. Bishop is really gone. I'm in here crying like that's my daddy. That's my granddaddy. Bishop is gone. He gone, y'all. Then they go back up in the house. I'm sitting there like, damn. So you got Carissa there, May walking with Jacob holding her hand or whatever, and holding Jacob's hand. Next thing you know, Carissa, she reached back for Carissa. I said, what is this? I said, you know what? We're going to let bygones be bygones at this point. We done went through a whole bunch of stuff, so we just going to let it go. Go ahead and do it. She was a little shocked too. They get up in there trying to do the little dinner or whatever, have a meal. AJ, he in his feelings, he was like, why does it hurt so bad? And I haven't even known this person, but it hurt me so bad like I did, and he kept on saying how, he gonna build that car, whether it take him a year or 10 years, he's gonna build the car. They started giving their own little experiences and little anecdotes that Bishop was saying to him. And in the midst of that, trying to lighten the mood or whatever, May gets a phone call. From Misty at the Calvary, because they said Calvary back up. Calvary back on board, okay? It's about to be welcome back, okay? And she wants Lady May to come down there and do a memorial service for Bishop and for the welcome back ceremony and to preach that one day. And I'm glad that Lady May did not try to make it seem like, oh, they're going to have me back forever or whatever. She knew right then and there that it was just for that one day. She wind up Ooh, she wind up, I think, telling Grace or somebody about it. And, it was cool or whatever. So I was looking forward to that and see how it is, because when Lady May get up there and preach, Lady May get up there and preach, okay? Maybe that's where Grace get it from, all right? Because when Grace get up there and preach, she'll touch your soul too, but Lady May will touch your inside and turn it all around, okay? Then we see, Grace and Noah, and AJ meeting with the realtor. Noah's about to buy this place or whatever. You remember Noah was like, if you don't have no place to stay, because they still think that at this point Lady May is going to hand over the mansion to Tara, because technically, legally, and by birthright, it's hers, And so he said, if you don't have any place to stay, you can still come with us or whatever. He got a new job doing security and all this stuff. He can afford stuff or whatever. And asking AJ how he's been doing. He said he's only been on these new pills for a week, and he's been his levels are real good or whatever. And she was like, "That's good. Can I give you a hug?" He said, I cannot give you a hug, because I'm trying to, I should be thanking you for this little fancy hookup or this doctor that you hooked me up with or whatever. And this scene, I was sitting here like, oh yeah, AJ, you are really coming around. Because some people can choose sad occasions to be assholes. AJ chose the opposite. I said no more assholes for AJ. AJ, you know that you are loved now. He walking out the house with Grace, and having conversations with her because she was on the phone with Darius and all that stuff. And at this point, he acting like he was her son for all his life or whatever, like overprotective and stuff. Who you talking to? Man, me and him gonna have to talk and see man to man or whatever, so I can see what he all about. I said, oh my God, I likes this. It was really cute. I said, come on, AJ. And then we get this scene with Jacob. He upstairs playing chess by himself, and Carissa come up there, asking can Winky stay with him for a few days while she go look for an apartment. And, he was like, yeah, sure. He saw that she put on her School of Excellence jacket and was like, you still going to be working over there? She said, yes, because I feel like he still needs his father. Shared custody is shared custody. And, he needs to be close to his father. And I was like, okay, cool. And at one point, he was like, because I thought when you went to your mom, that was just going to be it. And she was like, no, okay, it is what it is. But at one point, Jacob was asking her where is she going or whatever. She said she's about to get a hotel room at one of the hotels or whatever. And he was basically trying to say that you ain't got to go nowhere. You ain't got to do that. And Carissa was like, nah, girl, that was the last time we seen Carissa. I said Carissa knew when to exit, okay? And I wasn't even mad at Carissa. It was a new start. I'm not going to get Carissa all that because she didn't do nothing to annoy me. So, she came to her senses. Lady May can forgive her, bitch. I can still hold a grudge and I can fake like I forgive her, but I'm not going to do nothing to her today. Okay, I'm going to let her rock. Then you got AJ up in there, sitting there holding a little car model, listening to Sophia and Zora talking about death and what it's like when you die, because the Bible don't say nothing about it when you die, and they giving their opinions. And, they asked AJ what's his opinion. And AJ like, I'm still trying to figure out what it means to live. I said, oh, that was deep. That was deep. I do love the connection that the cousins have with each other. That's cute. Then we see Darius and Grace, they up there talking, all huddled up in her little room or whatever, and talking about New York and all this stuff. And he was like, if you want to go to New York, you can go to New York. Maybe this your new thing or whatever, and I can accompany you. She was like, you gonna go to New York with me? You gonna drop everything and go? She said, pause. I said, accompany you to New York. And she was like, oh shit. And, she got a little flirty with him. He was like, wait a minute. So all I had to say, I would accompany you to New York. That's what made the pennies drop. Man, if I would have known that's what it was, that would have been the magic words. I would have been said that. She said, hell, if I would have known too, I would have been said that shit too. And so they had their little moment. And I was like, oh, that's cute. They back together. So Noah is completely out the picture. Noah, you just the baby daddy. And like I said, I don't think Noah wants to be, anything other than that. But Lady Mae was sitting down with Jacob, Charity, and Grace the next day, talking to, or was it the same? Yeah, it was the next day, talking to them about going to the Calvary and preaching or whatever, and them saying basically they're gonna be by her side. This is gonna be good or whatever, and Grace is distracted because her phone keeps ringing. It's old girl Ann Halliday, that keeps on calling her about this position in New York. And she is distracted by it because she doesn't know what she wants to do, you know. And so we see May go back to Calvary, and Corinne is talking to her and, welcoming her back and, saying, I'm sorry about what happened to Bishop. And she said, please don't mention Bishop the rest of this week. She's trying to get him off her mind for now because she's only want to talk about him on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It's her way of coping with stuff, and she goes into his office, to, hide out or whatever and to reminisce. Okay. That was Bishop office, and as we see Bishop pictures and everything back there. Meanwhile, we got Jacob going over there to visit Tara, and Tara is feeding her congregation, which I love to see about her. And I feel like maybe I did judge Tara a little bit too soon. Maybe she really is not like Basie and Rochelle. And Rochelle got what she needed and bounced, okay? So hopefully that will be the last that we hear Rochelle trying to come in and take stuff over. But I feel like the way that the exit and that her going out into the light or whatever, that was it. And so, Jacob basically was telling her, she was apologizing for, giving condolences and stuff about what happened, and felt like, with all the stress of everything that's been going on with the house and this Daryl James situation, that probably added on to what happened, him having his stroke and everything. And, it was a major, I can't remember the name of he had a major ass stroke. Okay. That's what he had, and so at this point, Jacob was like, my mom would like to know if you would like to give us like 3 more months so that we can get over everything and get up out the house before we give you the house. And she was like, sure. But then she took it back and was like, you know what? We even at this point, so y'all keep the house and it's all to the good. Jacob was confused, like, are you serious? It was like, no, I'm good, just go ahead and have the house. Like, it is what it is. It was never really about that. Meanwhile, I was sitting here like, oh, Jacob. Now, that's what the sparks kind of happened because, I said, maybe Tara really was on the up and up, okay? Because who really would have gave up that big house if it was theirs? And she was doing the ministry that she was doing, and, she had all types of hopes and stuff for it, when she was talking to May about what it could have been and everything, but she gave it up. And I said, that's God talking to her. God is trying to tell you something. God is trying to tell you something. This episode hurt my heart. I'm so mad that Bishop is gone. Right now. And when I speak your name, I'm finna go watch that season. That scene as soon as I get off. And if you don't know where that came from, child, you don't know black cinema. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you that you don't know black cinema. How he died on top of me, girl. You don't know black cinema if you don't know none of that. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna have to revoke your card. But we get Aaron and Grace sitting there talking. Basically they made up trusts for AJ and Sophia for with the money that Grace biological dad and his daddy, Lionel left her. I think he left her like $3 to $5 million or whatever. And so she just glad that she got that money off her hands. And she was like, don't nothing really good happen comes with all that type of money or whatever. And so Aaron was like, at the offset of all this stuff, I'm just glad that I was able to get a sister out of this, and I'm just like, I really like Erin, okay? And I feel some type of way that we didn't get a chance to see Kevin, and we didn't get a chance to see Mavis ass back. Oprah, what the hell was you doing? You up there in California on that big ass ranch playing around with Gail, bitch. What you was out there doing? I'm sorry. I ain't mean to go that hard. But Mavis, you could have brought your drunk ass back. But anyway, you could have shook up the room, whatever. But okay. So, she's talking about this whole New York thing because she gets another call, and she was like, she's scared to answer the phone call because she knows what her answer is going to be. Basically, it's going to be yes. She's gonna go out there, and she don't want her answer to not be nothing by her answer to be her not answering the phone. And so, you got to figure out what she's want to do. And Aaron gives an example of him and the struggles that he went through when he was trying to figure out whether, try to, his sexuality, and how he wanted to try to be straight so bad, and he could never do it. He could never do it. And his friend tried to ask him, why are you trying to make it such a choice to be straight and all this stuff? It's not a choice. What you're really doing is hiding who you really are. And if you really want to have this this go to New York, maybe your thing down here is done. That's the next chapter in your life. Okay? So it gave her something to think about. And we get Jacob and Lady Mae having a moment with him telling her about the church, about the house, and Tara letting them stay wherever. And so she's feeling real good about that. So, ooh, excuse me. It's back to Calvary. Now we get this scene where everybody's coming back and everybody's ready to go. Jacob got Winky. He come across Tara. Tara, what you doing, Miss James? Sister James. She was like, Tara, better. Okay, cool. They up there talking it up or whatever, and they having this conversation, and I don't even care what they was talking about. It was just the chemistry. Like, they was just having random conversation, and the chemistry was there. And I'm sitting here like, oh my goodness. So is this gonna have to we need some more. Cause I need to see what's gonna happen between Jacob and Tyra. Because at first it was Tasha and Tasha the Skank, T.I. Skanks. It was gonna be her. It was gonna be her. We ain't seen her since she first came on the scene this season. Okay, since that first scene that she had on that episode, we ain't seen her never then. Okay, but we never, it was probably a lustful thing between Tasha and Jacob. But then you got Tyra and their chemistry, because Tyra is on the same wavelength as him and goals or whatever. Jacob always wanted to have this, a church just like hers that was really, really for the people. A startup church that was really for the people, giving back to the community, all about the fellow man, not this big old mega stuff or whatever. He wanted a grassroots church just like hers. Okay? And you found somebody that is on the same wavelength, the same path as you, baby. Them sparks was flying. I said, all right. Okay. Meanwhile, Charity is up there singing, for the church. Get down. Charity don't never wear no dresses below her knees in the church. Okay, them things be always above her knees. I be like, goddamn, that's what the Martin Church is. I didn't know. Okay, and at this point, once she get through getting up there singing, Lady Mae get up there and preach. Oh my God. The theme of it, first of all, she mentioned Bishop and, how hard it is to be without him, how she missed her man and everything. And y'all ain't finna get word from me, okay? You know who probably gonna give y'all word for word of this speech? Go to Rocks. Forest Rocks. It's Rocks Reviews. Go to her channel. I always tell y'all to go to her. She give bomb-ass Greenleaf reviews too. Okay, the way she impersonate Bishop is gonna be everything. Listen, she probably gonna give you speech word by word, but Ashley is not about to do that. Ashley gonna sum that up, okay? She basically was saying that we need to start anew, okay? That's what it was. The whole gist of the speech was we need to start anew. And I can't give y'all word for word because I was so in my feelings as I was listening to this. I said, am I sitting in church right now? And is this word that she is preaching actually touching me? Is this how y'all be feeling when y'all be up in church? Because, baby, I'm sitting here like, damn, I can apply this shit to my life right about now. I need to be made anew. Like, this needs to be, we don't need to talk about, because Bishop came to her, saying, don't talk about the old shit. Talk about the new stuff. I'm sorry for cursing. We need to talk about some new stuff. Tell them something new, May. And it was like, we need to get out here and we need to do some new stuff. Make a new way. Go a new path, okay? And become whole and become a new person and become a new beginning, a new start, a new this. It's a new day. It's a new time. I'm sitting here like, you right. I need to become new again. Oh, is this what it means to be saved or whatever? And I ain't trying to make no jokes. And then they kept on putting the camera in the audience of AJ. And AJ was sitting there crying. I'm sitting there like, oh shit, AJ is about to get saved. He is about to accept God. I knew it was coming. As soon as Bishop said something about it in last week's episode, I knew something was going to happen, that he was going to get it. And he got it. And at the end of Lady Mae preaching, she was like, anybody that's old, that's new, a visitor, want to get up here and they want to lay themselves before God, get saved or whatever, come on up. And sure enough, we saw AJ go up there, baby. I thought I was done crying for the episode. Them tears came coming. I said, and then when Grace came up behind him, and then Charity saw him and came down, and Jacob came down there, and Lady Mason. I was sitting there like, oh my God, this is too much. This is too much. This is a lot. Woo. I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. AJ got saved. Like, he is on a new path. And we saw Misty. She was sitting up there the whole time. And, she was just sitting there. And you could just see the expression in her face. Like, we need her back. Okay? She was feeling it. Like, it impacted her. And so, Grace, after the whole thing was over, the church service was over, she goes in there to talk to May while she was up in Bishop's office, which is now her office. And she overheard, Grace was telling her, she overheard, Misty telling some new faces that, Pastor Greenleaf, she's going to be here, preaching next week, and then the Sunday after that, and the Sunday after that. So they about to make her the new pastor. And I was like, go ahead, Lady Mae. This is what she always been wanting. Okay, she been wanting to preach, And so at this point, if she's the new pastor, Charity probably going to be the associate pastor, and so is Jacob, And, at this point, this is when Grace told her, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. Mama didn't want her to go, but, it was time for her to go. And at the end of the episode, we see her get in the car and, she's telling Charity to watch Sophia. She a little bit wilder than she looks, everybody telling her, you're gonna get this job interview, because she had to let them know it's just an interview, guys. It's just an interview. It was like, it's an interview that you're gonna get, okay? And I need you to get it. Here goes Zora. I need you to get it so I can be out there in New York. Jacob so you can watch her. I ain't like the fact that AJ wasn't out there. What was AJ? Was he out there? Let me read. No, AJ went out there. I said, you must have already talked to him or whatever. And so when she gets into the car, she drives off and she's looking back, and, the driver was like, hey, you're Pastor Greenleaf. And she was like, no, I'm just Grace Greenleaf at this point. He said, are you sure that that's all that you want to be? And she was like, we trying to figure that out. I hope so. And as she's driving off, we see the blinding light behind her, like and then when the gates open, we see blinding light as if she's driving off into her new destiny. I have never really fallen in love with a show the way I did this show. And it's on a subject matter that I am not familiar with. I don't go to church. I don't deal with all this stuff or whatever. But it has captured my heart so much. And I'm sad that it's gone. I'm glad that I was alone from season 1 to season 5. I'm going to be here with the spinoff come, which probably going to be her up in New York. Beautiful show. Played on all my emotions. Girl, y'all... This was Greenleaf. You put down in the comments, how did you feel about the show in general? And I will see you guys. Oh, Bishop. This is your granddaddy. That's all I was thinking. That's all I was thinking. When they was lowering him down in that casket too, I don't know why it came up in there to my head, but that popped up for a second and then it went away, okay? But now, let me get up over here. That was Greenleaf. You guys tell me how you enjoyed this series finale. I wanted more. Too bad the circumstances of this pandemic probably cut our chances short, but I'm satisfied with what we got. You guys tell me how you feel, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.